Hello everybody, this is Reza.
This is Sandy.
Welcome back to episode 53 of the Stone Cold Sober podcast.
We are coming up on Christmas.
Yeah, happy holidays to everybody. By the time you listen to this, or I guess by the time there's the next episode's out, Christmas will have passed, so happy holidays to everyone.
Happy holidays, happy and safe season for everybody.
Yeah.
It's always nice to just be with family, and hopefully for everyone listening, it's a nice time of the year for people.
Mm-hmm.
If people are looking for, better times, just know that 2016 is around the corner.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to start a year off fresh.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
It's crazy. I think it's one of those rare times. Maybe people's birthdays might count as one as well, but the new year it's almost globally a clean slate. And although for me, I got to be careful because the last few, I guess, resolutions that I've made,
Mm-hmm.
I have not. I've done well on some, but some others I haven't been able to do well on. I've definitely continued to live a pretty healthy lifestyle. I've been going to the gym and working out a lot more, eating cleaner.
You've been doing really well on that, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm around my high school weight, which
That's
is
awesome.
weird. Which is weird. I don't feel like I look like my high school weight, so I'm still working on it. I think one of the things that I had to get over was that muscle weighs more than fat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, you might be heavier, but you'll look thinner, type of thing.
Yeah.
This is clearly very scientific, the way I judge all this stuff. But hey, I got a scale under my bed and I step on it. But I've been trying to follow this rule of break a sweat once a day.
Yeah.
That's been the most important thing for me.
What?
For a couple of reasons. One, I just feel better if I've worked out. I feel like, hormonally and all that stuff, and mood wise, like all the good stuff's been boosted. And then another thing is it just keeps the skin on my face a lot clearer.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that dirt buildup doesn't sort of build up too much. How do we get on this topic?
New Year, yeah.
New Year, yeah. But the one resolution that I haven't been doing well on is drinking more. Every year, the semi-joke resolution is, you're going to drink more this year. But I never sort of make my way through it. I'll do my best, but, I give it the old college try, but it doesn't seem to go anywhere.
I remember that we did have that conversation last year. You said you were going to drink more. It's an interesting resolution because that's not what most people would want.
Yeah, but most people also don't feel the effects that I do.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, and I read this thing that because I'm part of the Asian population that is missing that enzyme in my liver, so I found out there's really two types of sort of the Asian flush, right? There's the one type of Asian flush where you're lacking an enzyme, and then it takes you twice as long to process alcohol as most people. And some of the other effects include like ridiculously increased heart rates, sweating, like skin flushes, all that stuff. So none of that stuff sounds really good, right?
Yeah.
My roommate has it the opposite way. He's got like overactive enzymes, so his body digests it twice as fast. So he gets hungover earlier in the night. Like most people will wake up hungover. Like he will be hungover by the time he gets to bed. So I guess it's a matter of do you want enough railroad tracks to get you there, but then you'll fly right past your stop, or do you not want any railroad tracks and you never get there?
I see.
I don't know if that was the right image.
No, I get you.
So I found that to be really interesting.
Yeah, that is.
So I think I'll make it another resolution this year to drink more. I don't know. Have you thought about your resolutions at all?
Not really. I'm not really one to set New Year's resolutions. I guess we probably discussed this in the podcast maybe a year ago. Although we have to go back and listen to that, maybe like episode 5 or 6 at the time.
Oh, geez.
But yeah, I tend to not really set resolutions. I mean, for this year, this year is a big year for me. I hope this year to finish up with just about all the work that I need to on my PhD. So I'm set to graduate maybe by December or January.
Oh, wow.
I plan to get married in the spring of 2017, so maybe like March or April of 2017.
Okay.
So obviously a lot of wedding planning will have to take place, and we'll have to be pretty much ready to go when December rolls around, a year from now. I will probably, like, assuming I'm in position to graduate on time and when I want to graduate, then I will probably have to be looking for a job and figure out where we want to move, maybe looking for a house. So it's a big year in terms of things that I'll potentially have to do. But like, what do I actually want to change that's different than this year? I mean, I obviously want to work out more. This year was pretty good for me with working out, but by the end of this year, when I came back from Seattle, I was working pretty hard, this fall, on a lot of my work, and I made a lot of good progress on a lot of work. A couple of publications, or at least, collaborate with the publication, not first author, but I just been putting in a lot of work in the lab, and I'm really happy with that work, but at the same time, it takes away from my gym time. So I've actually put on a couple of pounds that I didn't have this summer. So I like to dedicate a little bit more time throughout the week to spend in the gym, and that's obviously the one that everybody says, but and it's hard I think to go to the gym in the winter. Like, for me at least, I have to go out of my house to go to the gym, to walk from the car into the gym, and just in the freezing cold, and come back to a cold car after working out. You're just exhausted. It's really hard to motivate yourself to go during then. But
oh, without a doubt, I get that.
Yeah,
it can't be easy.
Yeah, but we'll make it happen.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I want to change so much. I think that what will be nice in 2016 is sort of, for me, growing more comfortable with who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I think as you get older, you start to figure out, like, oh, this is just who I am. There's some things that are good. There's some things that I could work on. But overall, you start to average out a little bit more, right?
Right.
Like, as you're younger, I'm saying this like I'm 50 years old, but it seems like the ability to vary your trajectory is a lot greater. But then with each passing year, you start to get more comfortable in your own skin. And I think that's going to be something that I try and work on this upcoming year. Just get a lot more comfortable in my own skin.
Right.
And I think that'll be important. Just so I don't know, maybe it's just like more of a confidence thing when I'm going out on these dates with these girls or whatever. That for me, it's always about trying to impress the girl. But I tend to forget that, there's two parts to that equation. And it doesn't have to always be about, oh, what can I bring to the table? I feel like when I'm looking, because, I'll date really casually, and then that'll be fine. The girls come, they go, they might stay for a little bit, and then they might bounce. But it seems like whenever I think I've found someone who could be really interesting, I sort of self-torpedo myself, where I try and maybe either it's coming on too strong, or it's trying too hard. I think that would stem from some self-confidence things that I'm working on. And so for 2016, that'll be something that hopefully I will be. Is the right term better? Is it to be better at that? I don't know. Maybe just more comfortable with who I am.
I understand.
Yeah.
I don't envy
I'm excited for 2016 though.
Yeah,
you don't envy me?
I don't envy you in terms of having a date. I wanted to finish that thought and not leave it there. Not that I don't envy you in certain aspects of your life. I just don't envy having to, like, the process of dating. I never really went out of my way to date too much. The way Lane and I ended up together was more like random, like, friends getting together, and all of a sudden it just, old friends getting together. It wasn't like we hung out or talked all the time. So there was less of that friend zone that really existed at the time, and maybe the thought on both of our parts to say that there's a potential that this could turn into something more, and we weren't like apprehensive and worried about ruining a friendship like some people are with friends. We hadn't really like hung out or talked too much in a few years. So we ended up catching up, and we just really like talking to each other. We were talking all the time. Um, so like I've never really been actively dating, like
Mm-hmm.
looking for someone to date. Um, like had an online profile or anything. At times I think it could be fun, like it could have been something fun to do, but I'm happy that I'm where I am.
Oh, absolutely. I think you have what everyone is looking for.
Yeah, I guess if I wasn't happy, that would be kind of a problem, wouldn't it?
A little bit, a little bit, but what's to say that? No, no, absolutely, no. It's been a lot of fun dating, just meeting a lot of people. Some of them are comically bad, which you've gone through, and it's nice that I can just laugh about it on the on the way out.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think for me, it's partly if I work out, I'll get more fit, which so like self betterment for me is in two parts, right? One is the physical aspect, so just working out, you get more fit, you look more physically attractive.
right.
That's sort of the initial like bait, right? That's like, also a terrible, terrible comparison. But
I completely understand you.
right, that's the first part. And the second part is becoming more comfortable with who you are, so that I like to think I'm a well-adjusted person. But it's when you have the sort of dating cloud over you, it's like okay, things would definitely change a little bit.
Yeah,
But we'll see, we'll see. That's I guess that's what I'm looking forward to in 2016. A lot of people are always afraid, like, oh, one more year. Um, didn't do as much as I wanted to last year. I hate looking forward. It's like, no, I do like looking forward. I think every year, for at least for us, we've been, blessed enough to have each year be bigger than the last year.
yeah,
And it's new frontiers and new challenges and new accomplishments. And I'm really, really stoked to see what 2016 has in hold. Because if it's anything like 2015, it's going to be a wild ride.
it's a good year. 2015 was a good year. I'm
Yeah.
excited to just keep growing, to move up, expand in my career, get closer, just another step closer to graduating. And I think the exciting thing is to see my growth and see where I was, say, 4 years ago and where I am now. The difference between me when I had to take classes and me now, where everything I do is strictly research based, and just like to 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 be able, like when I get an email, right? If I get an email from a collaborator and they ask me to explain something that they don't understand and I can explain it, I think really well, or I know I understand the topic well enough to explain it to them. I don't know. It's kind of like an exciting feeling to be able to know so much to explain to another like super smart person, somebody that I know is super smart. Because like I told you before, I suffer heavily from the imposter syndrome. I feel like I've faked my way or I've tricked everybody into believing that I could belong in many ways. And to like to be asked a question by somebody that I know is very smart and be able to explain things to them, I don't know. It's just something that's exciting for me to do. And I certainly couldn't have addressed many of these emails 4 or 5 years ago. And most of the time, I can address everything without having to defer to my advisor.
That's that's great. I think it's one of those things that sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it just kind of happens.
Right. In the beginning, you're asking other people.
Hmm.
You're sort of a little bit more uncomfortable with what you can bring to the table, and then slowly but surely, as you gather more information, you gather more experiences, you become more confident in your own ability. One day, it's like, oh no, I know the answer to that,
Yeah,
and it's because of this and the other, and it's because I did this thing or that thing, and oh wait, do I kind of know what I'm doing?
yeah, right.
That's crazy. It always seems like we in this world we need something to be like a gong goes off and
Hmm.
be like, "Oh, you've leveled up. Now you know all of these skills, and you know them like the back of your hand, and you can easily recall them at a moment's notice." I go, "No, that's not really how it works. You're always gathering more information."
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I guess before we look forward too much, it is the end of the year, so I know that you had a holiday party beforehand. I had a holiday party with my old group on Thursday night, and boy, oh boy, was that a rager. So it was great. It was my old group, and I love those guys. And it was the first time I got to see all of them again.
Yeah.
And before going in, I was told to dress up. And I confirmed with one of my good friends he was going to suit up. So I said, okay, I don't care who else is wearing what. If you're going to suit up, I'm going to suit up. So I wore my brown suit. And I was going to get on the subway with it, but then it was raining, and I didn't want to ruin my shoes, so I called an Uber.
Okay.
What was interesting about that is the driver was from Uzbekistan, and we were talking about how his wife is out there still, his kid is out there, and he's just working as hard as he can to send money so that once he gets his green card, he's going to try and get his family over here.
Okay.
We were talking about, shared love of certain foods from home and cigarettes from home and how you like what you like. And it's sometimes hard when you're in a foreign place and you're trying to find something to substitute things.
Yeah.
It's sort of like home-cooked meals. Like, you can go anywhere in the world, but if you ever have a home-cooked meal, there's just something really special about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he was saying how there's certain foods that he misses a lot. There's certain, like, beverages or teas or cigarettes that he can only find in Uzbekistan. And he's doing his best to find some similar ones in the U.S. So, what could have been just a really boring Uber drive actually turned out to be real nice. He thought I was married. He goes, why are you going to a party without your wife? And I go, well, that's easy. She passed away. No, I'm kidding. I don't.
Jesus, man, come on.
No, it was just like He goes, how old are you? And I go, how old do you think I am? He goes, what are you, 25, 26? I go, wow, how did you know that? He goes, you look good tonight. So I gave you a few years. I go, you motherfucker. He goes, I thought you were 21 when you stepped in.
Oh, God.
He goes, you're 26. What are you doing? Like, why aren't you trying to find a wife? I go, you too? He goes, what? Is it just because you work a lot? I go, yeah, I guess I do. I guess I do work a bit. He goes, yeah, but there's always time. There's more time than you think there is. He goes, stop using that as an excuse not to do something. I was like, oh, damn. This man's being real with me all of a sudden.
Real, son.
Yeah, I mean, we were stuck in traffic a little bit, so.
Yeah.
But it was good. I shook his hand on the way out, and then I showed up at the apartment of the guy who was sort of hosting it on behalf of the team because he had a great space.
Right.
He has this beautiful penthouse apartment that's in his family in Brooklyn, on Kent, near in Williamsburg, and it overlooks New York, like Manhattan.
Okay.
And it was on like this, I forget what floor it was on, but it was really high up. And then so I show up, and I'm like ringing the doorbell, but I could hear the bass coming out of the apartment. I go, can they hear me? Let me hit it again. No answer. I was like, should I just open? And I opened the door and I walked right in. And I go, well, I hope this is the right apartment, because if I walk in on some crazy nonsense, I might not walk out. And so I walk in and everyone sees me, and then it's just like it was such a great moment to see everybody and recognize everybody. So it took me a while to make my way around the party, but I definitely said hi to everybody.
Yeah. And
it was really nice because even though it had only been a month, it's the first time I've been seeing a good amount of them. Though the ones that I've been close with, I've been seeing a lot more regularly. I've got a friend, she comes over for dinner every Monday. I've had some other friends come over for dinner because they were jealous that we were doing this on a normal, scale or a normal time frame. So there was that as well, and it was just great. Everyone, I was a little bit late because I had to come from work and then shower, get dressed, and whatnot. So
right. Plus traffic.
People were a little bit further along than me because obviously that would be the case. But it was just nice. And it's funny because as people get more and more drunk, you can sort of see like just some funny things that start to happen. Especially when you start to get music, when you put out music, and it's like, oh, people are dancing. That's always a fun thing to watch, like how people dance. Some people are dancing a little bit more suggestively than others, which is always like, oh, like, okay, I know you. It's like, oh, yeah, you're how many in? Okay, you're feeling the music. It's a holiday party. You're feeling the music, it's fine, but
yeah,
for me, it was just sort of like I always like catching up with people, and I feel like I could just talk for hours, but it almost felt overwhelming at times because there were so many people I wanted to have these conversations with, but it's a loud apartment at that point. There's like 40, 50 people at his place,
right?
And the music is bumping, like you can feel the walls shake with the bass. I'm surprised that there was not a single noise complaint all night. And we were playing some tracks really loudly with the bass turned all the way up.
Right.
I didn't know what was going to come first, a noise complaint or us blowing out the windows. but it was great. Just to see everybody. It was such a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
And to me, it's okay. It's how do you want to navigate through this thing? You're gonna come in, and at first I was all right. I know that people I'm definitely gonna want to talk to tonight, and some people that hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to. But all of that went out the window when I walked in because people were like mugging me a little bit, and it was great. But then I was like, okay, like I gotta talk to you, and then I'm trying to get to the other side of the room, but I can't just like blow past everybody and be like, no, hold up, I'm not gonna talk to you yet. I'm gonna talk to some other people first. So it's like I felt like a politician making my way through the room, like having these conversations with everybody, and it was just great. Everyone's doing so well, and the team's doing great, and it was so nice to see everybody.
That's really good.
Yeah, they had some good food, man.
Oh, man.
They ordered like these like a charcuterie plate, a cheese plate, like these mini sandwiches. Oh, it was like it was like it was like slider size.
Yeah.
But they had a caprese one, they had like a chicken curry salad one, and man, they went all out. You got to give a shout out to Felicia for planning the whole thing. I'm sure other people were involved. I don't want to take it away from them, but
no, I hear you.
But Felicia did a bang up job on getting everything together. I know a lot of people went early to set it up, and shout out to them too. They want to leave the crew behind.
Yeah. What
was funny was, so as the night's progressing, and I'm just like talking to people, and people are getting a little bit more hammered, and I'm standing in the hallway. I'm just like catching up with people, having a good time, and all of a sudden we walk in. I peer into the living room, and one of the girls who's on the team, her boyfriend has passed out. And not like, oh, I'm really tired, I'm just going to close my eyes for a minute. Like, this man died. This man died on the couch. And it was crazy because he was a boyfriend of one of the girls that worked in the group. And I guess he just like drank a lot really fast. Because I remember earlier, like he was dancing a lot, he was going crazy, and then he sat on the couch. And this man is like head 45-degree angle with his mouth open, just like breathing deeply, like he's gone.
Yeah.
He's swimming with the fishes. And it's funny because there was a picture that me and my friend, we sort of sat next to him. We both like leaned on him, like the three of us, like all at an angle, pretending to be asleep.
Yeah.
But what was crazy was, like, people were trying to wake him up. People were like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And then like people would not push him. People would like touch him or like sort of like jostle his shoulder a little bit. Like nothing would happen. And then somebody tried like really like vigorously shaking him. Like this VP that showed up, the actual head of the entire group, came over and he was like, "Oh, who is this guy and what is going on?" I think he thought that guy was like on his team, which would be a terrible look.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible look. But he like kicks the guy's foot, doesn't move. Like, oh my God, this man's died. This man's dead. And at one point we were like, "Oh, just let him sleep. It's fine." Like 20 minutes later, he jumps up, eyes wide open, and just starts dancing again. And I was at this point, working the music because Destiny's Child, Say My Name, has to come on at some point.
Apparently, according to Sandy.
According to Sandy, that's one of the first music videos I remember watching, and that really stayed with me. The one. You know the one.
I know the one.
I mean, that music video is so good. The different colored rooms and like how they're like voguing a little bit. Oh my God.
It's just so 90s.
It's so 90s. But it's so good.
My
Um,
my first music video that I remember is probably like Puff Daddy or Notorious B.I.G. or Mace. I was the East Coast
Mace.
rapper. Yeah, man, Mace. I love Mace and Betha.
Oh,
Mace and Betha. Harlem
oh my
World,
god.
dude. Great CD. Shout out to Mace.
Shout out to Mace, keeping it 8 more than 92.
Double Up was alright, and I never really listened to the Welcome Back CD, but you know, Mace was the man.
Yeah. I mean, because somebody put Nelly Ride With Me on, and I go, oh, we're opening up the door? Oh, we're allowed to go back? Okay.
Way back, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Cody, the guy who owns the apartment, he's a big Bieber fan, so we definitely got to hear Sorry and What Do You Mean a couple of times. Like, it kept coming up. But people were feeling it, man. People were feeling it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this dude who is dead pulls a Lazarus on everybody and just wakes up
Again.
and it just starts jamming, just dancing and dancing and dancing, and then proceeds to sit back down like 2 songs later and falls asleep again. And we're like, so is this a parlor trick or nah?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. It was equal parts terrifying and equal parts awe-inspiring. Like, wow, this man did a force revive of himself.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? Emergency reserve system.
I was about to say, I couldn't remember what it was. Emergency reserve system. That's what it is.
Emergency reserve systems are back online. Shout out to Treyarch, who made a really, really weird campaign.
That was a strange game.
Don't know what happened, but you brought 2 people together to play it on realistic difficulty. We're not going to get into it right now, but yeah, shout out to David Van der Haar for just, keeping that community healthy as much as you can.
Yeah, as much as you can.
Hashtag get rid of skill-based matchmaking.
Apparently that's the thing. Yeah, apparently they got rid of it.
I don't want to
already.
get political though. I didn't want to get.
Well,
political.
apparently they got rid of it. Like apparently last night when you and I were playing it, it was non-existent again. They implemented it for maybe a couple of days, and people noticed it, and then people flipped out about it yesterday, and supposedly it disappeared. So that could be why things were a lot easier for us last night.
Are you saying I'm not good?
It's not that I'm saying that you're not good at all. Actually, that's the thing.
How dare you?
No, that's the thing, because it was the same as usual, really.
Okay.
And there were definitely people that were in there that had higher, score per minutes or whatever than us, and we still did really well. We lost 2 games of like 10.
11. Well, 2 out of 13. 2 out of 13. Okay. We went 11-2.
Nice. I'll take those that ratio.
No, it's a great ratio. Anyways.
Mm-hmm. Emergency
reserve systems back online, and then he would just like stand up and just start dancing and go crazy. And you gotta respect that. That man. Well, I guess it's a question, right? But he would not be denied his place on the dance floor.
Yeah.
That man died and went to heaven and decided, you know what? Overrated, and came back to us and kept dancing the night away. And it's just like, is that a good look though? When like the head of your group comes over and is like afraid that this guy who's passed out is in his group, like that can't be a good look, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Last thing you want.
Yeah, that can't be a good look. What was interesting was, as we continue to go deeper into the night, at one point I was catching up with my really good friend. He helped me get my job at FanDuel. My good friend, shout out to Harry Go. I don't know what else I want to call him. Oh, he refers to himself in his email handle as the sexiest man alive. It's actually in his email. I'm not going to give you his email, but just know that the term sexiest man alive makes it into his email address. But I was talking to him in the bedroom because it was 20 degrees cooler, and it was quieter by 20 decibels.
Okay.
So we're talking, whatever, and then a couple of my good friends, they popped their head and like, oh, this is where you 2 went. And then, so we were having a conversation about this girl that I met at this Friendsgiving that I went to a couple weeks ago. And then the girl and her boyfriend, who actually held a Friendsgiving, who also worked at that group, came in, and they were talking about it. And then, like, it was one of those things where, like, it was a sitcom, right? Like, you start talking, and then, like, somebody else pops their head and like, hey, what are we talking about in here? And so at one point, it's me, my good friend Harry, the girl and the boyfriend who threw the Friendsgiving, and, like, I want to say 8 other people, and they're all recounting or just hearing me tell the story about this girl that I met, who I thought was really cute. And then part of the group is like, oh, well, if she just got out of a serious relationship, you should give her some time because, you know, she's not going to want to just jump into anything. Other people are like, yeah, you don't want to be a rebound that way. And other people are like, fuck it. Life's so short. Life is short, say something. Or life is short, do something. You know, because what's the worst that can happen? She says no. Boo-hoo, move on. Wouldn't you rather know early than late?
Yeah.
And
Guess so.
yeah, and then the boss guy comes in, the guy who like kicked that dude to see if he was awake. He comes in and he's giving me this advice too. He goes, you know what? Life is short. Chase it. You know, carpe diem. He didn't use those words, but he definitely said life is short. And then I was like, kind of had an out-of-body experience. Like, am I having all these not random people, am I having all these people tell me, like, what to do about my love life? Like this spiraled out of control, you know? I thought it was going to be one person at first, and then maximum, another 3 people. Okay, real maximum, you know, 8 people total. Now it's like, oh my God, there's like 15 people in this room. And we're talking about this. And this one girl, who's a designer, she goes, oh, let me bring in my husband. He always has such great insight when we come to this stuff. Go, oh, great, you know, you guys are clearly married. Something worked. You know, I want to see what the moves he said were. So this man gets brought in. He's definitely had something to drink. And we kind of gave him a spiel for the situation. He looks down for a second, looks back up at me. He goes, when in doubt, send a dick pic. And I go, hold the phone. You're gonna say that? You're gonna say that with the head of the group next to me, man? Thank God I'm not part of the team anymore, because that would have been kind of embarrassing.
A little, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Now, the funny thing is, the VP took his phone out of his pocket and pointed it at my groin and pretended to take a picture. So, in my brain, I'm like, are you playing along because you think it's funny? Or are you playing along because you're terrified and you just want to get out and you think the quickest way to do so is to play along?
Who knows? Who knows at this point,
right?
Sandy?
Like, if you're the head of your group and you walk into your group's, like, holiday party, they're talking about this stuff, I guess it's nice that they're comfortable enough around you, right?
Right.
Like, not everyone just shuts down, like, oh, you know, how are you doing? How's the family? Like, you're doing all this filler conversation. At least you can see, like, oh, your people are real, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I can't imagine that being the best thing, though. To scream out, when in doubt, send a dick pic.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you know, that's just me, though. Yeah, and then at a certain point, there was these 2 girls at the party who were like dancing really suggestively with each other right next to him.
Uh-huh.
I was like, huh, is this a good look? He goes, I don't give a shit, because I'm just imagine me to be a fly on the wall, you know.
Basically,
I'm just here to observe, to audit, you know, see how I like it.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, the rule to the holiday party is try not to drink too much. Definitely don't drink too much. Definitely try and get some food in you if you can, if you are going to drink.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talk to people and make sure you have that one thing that you can walk away from the holiday party knowing that you knew something different than when you walked in, besides having fun. But I sort of employ those rules so I walk around, I get to know some new people if they're new and catch up with old people in that way. There's always these little moments you can walk away with. You know what? Tonight was a lot of fun because I got to find out about this. I got to learn about that, and so that's how I'm approaching holiday parties.
Definitely not a good look to get too drunk at a holiday party. I'll tell you that much. At a company holiday party, that is.
Oh, no bueno.
It is not good. You end up making yourself look like a fool in front of a lot of people. It doesn't even have to be a holiday party. Any company outing, you know, you go to dinner with, you go on a business dinner, go to dinner with your boss or your boss's boss. Do not get too drunk. That's the number 1 rule, in my opinion. Unless they're all getting super drunk, but you got to follow their lead. You got to know your place and you have to follow their lead. Because if you go in there and you make yourself look like a fool, then first of all, they're not going to take you out again, but they're going to start looking at you differently in the office when it comes time to give out a promotion or give raises. Maybe not give raises, but at least for a promotion, you in the back of their head, they're going to sit there and think, well, does this person know how to act in a social environment when you're dealing with clients or you're dealing with these other, super important people?
Yeah. No, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
It can be a rough one.
Yeah. I was talking to Lena a while back, actually, maybe a year or two ago. She was at a company like lunch. It was like, I think it was for the holidays, and a couple of her coworkers had ordered alcohol on the company's dime. It was supposed to be a company paid lunch, and they ordered some alcohol, and I think they had to go back to the office afterward because they had to finish their shift. It was like it was a lunch, but they had people working
Jesus.
like some people worked the night shift, some people worked the day shift, and there was a bit of an overlap. So some of these people ordered drinks, but like the company was like, whoa, like when the manager, whoever it was that saw the check, like saw the bill and realized that some people got alcohol, he was like, wait, I can't put this on the company card. Like I can't expense that.
Right.
And so then it had to be a big thing. Those people got called out. And then you realize, like, because those people got called out, it drew attention to it from other people. Then you realize, wait, those people are going back to the office, and they had like how many drinks? 2, 3 drinks, something like that. And so it just becomes a thing.
So there, I got a short funny story about that.
Yeah.
I went to. So this was like way back in American Express time, and I was at a different group prior to joining my the mobile group that I was there for close to 2 years with.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like the transition period, so I was grabbing lunch with this girl Caitlin, who's like I'm really close with, and definitely a mentor. I used to work with her at Ogilvy, and she was my first creative that was assigned sort of with me on American Express work like 5 years ago, which is crazy. And I remember I had to have her work a weekend for a little bit, and I bought her a bottle of Grey Goose. And we've been friends ever since. But we went to lunch across the street from the office, and, we went to a barbecue place. So I got like I got a sandwich and something. She got a sandwich and something, and we shared some mac and cheese. But we both got a drink. I got a gin and tonic, and she got something else. She finishes her drink because the girl can drink. The girl's a tank. It's crazy. Like, her tolerance is otherworldly. Me, otherworldly on the opposite spectrum. Somebody opens a bottle in the room, and I'm already drunk, and I'm already, about to go to bed. So I had like 3 sips of this thing, and then I had to give it to her because I got the flush, and I'm starting to like I get really drowsy when I drink, and if I don't like drink more to push through it, like I'm just gonna like want to find a place to pass out. Yeah. So what happened was we finished lunch, and then we go back, and I'm sitting at my desk, and I'm just my eyes are like heavy as shit. So what I did was I went home. This is like 2:00 in the afternoon. I live across the street from the office, right?
Yeah.
It's like a short 10-minute walk. You've made the walk with me. I walked home and I took a nap. And I woke up an hour later. And I went back into the office all good. It was such a bad look.
Oh God.
She still makes fun of me whenever I bring it up, but like that's like I had 3 sips of a drink, and then I just left the office. I was like, nope, not gonna be able to do it. Got it.
I love how you find a way to throw that into it. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
You always find a way to throw it into the podcast.
It's just not gonna be able to do it, and I just went back home and I went to bed.
Yeah.
It was not my finest moment. I'll be honest, not my finest moment, but it made me who I am today.
Yeah.
So, it was crazy, man. It was a lot of fun, but yeah. So, oh yeah. Sort of like the falling asleep thing is also not a good thing.
Yeah.
Because that's probably like reminiscent a little bit of how much you've had to drink, but now thank God this guy isn't part of the group. I think that's the big disclaimer. Like, oh, he's not part of the group. Like, you can't punish this guy in any way, shape, or form.
Right, but
because,
yeah.
Like, it's not on him.
Right.
But it kind of is, because you are the significant other of a girl who is in his group.
Right. I was gonna say that. I don't know how professionally that looks for her, but it's not as bad as if she did it, or if he did it with his own, at his own company's holiday party.
Oh, absolutely. No, well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
So, what else? I guess like dancing at a holiday party, you got to be careful about as well.
Yeah. That's for
I mean,
sure.
you can definitely have some fun, right? Because the assumption is that if most people are drinking, then most people are a little bit loose. So you should definitely have fun. Like no one's telling you not to have fun, but you should probably watch like how you're dancing, how you're dancing with whom. Like I feel like that stuff is still sort of like leave room for the Holy Spirit. I think that still comes into play a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like I was trying to say earlier, like, you got to follow the example of others, see what other people are doing. If people are, if it's a super reserved type of thing, you can't be dancing like crazy. And if nobody else is drinking hard, then you probably should be drinking hard either.
Yeah, then right? Like match the intensity of the people around you.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely a good point. What else did I want to... Oh, that reminds me of this holiday party that I was at Ogilvy a long time ago, where it turns out that... So, that year I was out because I went home, but they had a rager at the office. 11 stories. Each story had its own open bar,
really?
Own dance floor, own DJ. Like, they were just playing massively different types of music, and... people were just going nuts. And the next morning, a company-wide email goes out from like the senior level woman with a picture of a girl's underwear attached, and said, to whoever left this on my desk, please stop by and pick it up. And that was crazy because this was a company-wide email. And somebody, for some reason, either decided to do something nasty on somebody else's desk.
Oh, God.
Or just decided, you know what? I'm going home without these. You can have them. And just threw it on somebody else's desk. Like, either way, that is sort of it's career suicidal.
Yeah, man.
To be pulling off something foolish like that. It's insane, absolutely insane that people are doing that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
So that's like whenever I'm at a holiday party, I sort of like remind myself, like, oh well, you've definitely not been a part of like crazy terrible things, and let's keep it that way. But just in case you needed a refresher, here are some of the crazy things that people have done in the past. Cue music. So, but all in all, dude, it was an amazing holiday party. I was definitely one of the last people to leave. I Ubered it back with my good friend Harry.
Okay.
And my other good friend, like Shelly, she was there till the end. She cleaned up, and I thought that was a really nice thing for her to do. Because the guy who owned the place was like so dead at the end. Him and his sister who lived together, like they were just the world's best hosts. Shout out to Cody and Cody's sister. Best host company party 2015 for Amex. I'm just like best host ever.
Yeah, you're getting out so many shout outs. Then again, I guess I did give a shout out to Mace. Yeah. So yeah, it's only fair for you to give out shout outs to people who actually listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Hopefully they listen to the podcast. And so it was nice. I think that's definitely a nice thing, right? Because everyone else has just bounced throughout the evening, and if you're one of the last ones, I'm not saying his place was a wreck, but it definitely, he didn't need like 100 beer bottles like around his apartment, so we took all those out. We like wiped some counters down, and by we I mean Shelly. I was there still playing some music, because you can't do like housework without music on. So
I feel you.
I'm saying I played as integral a role to the cleanup as the people actually cleaning up. Is that too much? Maybe bring it back a little bit. Nah. I mean, I did take some stuff out of the apartment. So.
Yeah.
But it was, all in all, it was such a great party. I'm very excited that I could make it.
That's great. Yeah, to be able to, because I know that you leaving Amex was tough for you, and I know you built a lot of great relationships. So it's awesome that you're able to spend that time, like to actually attend that holiday party, which is, maybe somewhat typically reserved for only employees, like active employees of the company. So to be able to go spend time with them and just, enjoy, like to see them all in one place, like a big reunion sort of thing. So that's awesome that you're able to do that.
Yeah, no, I was really happy and excited that I was able to do something like that. I think just catching up,
Yeah.
It's they're so close friends, and like you said, it was really tough to leave. But it's in moments like this that really, warms your heart and whatnot. So
yeah, for sure.
But it was nice to sort of avoid the classic pitfalls of some things. What was funny was some friends of mine were really trying to get me to dance throughout the evening, and the last wedding I went to, I danced like a fool.
Yeah, you told me. And I told you that the music selection was going to be different probably at my wedding, and you said, "Nah, you just want to be able to whip and nay, right?"
Well, how different were you saying was it going to be?
I have no idea. Never thought about. Well, haven't thought too much about the music selection. I was just pulling your leg.
Got to go top 40 though, right?
I was just messing with you. I don't know because I don't listen to a lot of music that's on the radio these days. So, I think.
What are you gonna do? Put on Mace?
I will not be putting on Mace. Lena will not allow me. You know what? Maybe I'll get one good Mace song. I could get one good Mace song.
Oh no!
Like "Feel So Good," I think is what the song's called.
Yeah,
that's a great song, man. That's a good dance song.
It is a good dance song.
1990, like we'll say 7, maybe 1996, 7, maybe 8. Yeah, 1998 probably. Great song. Love that song. I love that whole era of music. Not all like. I can't remember if it was a wedding that I was at or what it was, but some places I'm not down with like the music selection because the lyrics just don't match. The lyrics don't match the occasion. Like you can't really be playing like West Coast just like hardcore West Coast rap, like certain songs work for it, but like Tupac, for example. I mean, really any rapper, some songs work and some songs don't. It could have a great beat, but if you listen to the words, it's a little bit iffy, right?
So you're saying Yin Yang Twins?
No.
Well, I mean, let's debate the merits of this real quick.
And you have to have music that's comfortable for all people
everyone
there.
To sing out loud.
You have all sorts of people at different ages. You have young kids there. You have like old people there. So you don't want to be playing like. If like a 70-year-old hears like curse words and songs, they might look at it like, oh, come on, like, but right. Like when a kid,
I can't play Kanye West and Jay-Z talking about what she ordered, fish fillet.
Nah, you can't play that because.
Then how will we know what she ordered, Reza, if we don't play the song?
You get a DJ who will insert that clip into a mix somehow. All right, does that make you feel better?
No, I think that's a great song. I like that song.
Because what happens is you play these songs and then you have little kids there. Then the parents of those kids hear it, the people that you want to be dancing to the song, and they're like, really? You didn't even get the censored version? Or why did you play the song in the first place? Because I ain't down with it. Something like that. I don't know. I like to be. I'm a lot more reserved in just in general, and so I could probably do a whole like hour of just like old school music from like the 20s or something crazy like that and have a good time with it. Now I know that 90% of the guests are going to be like, really? So that's not how it's going to go down. But there'll be a very deliberate process, I think, that we take when it comes to picking the music. The only thing is like if it's a destination wedding like Lena would like is like hiring that DJ and meeting with them and making sure that they play the music that we agree to. Because at my cousin's wedding in Mexico back in September September, I guess, late September, they had a DJ and they had they had certain songs that they wanted to play. And with the groom's dance with his mother, there was a Persian song that he wanted to play that she loves. And they ended up playing like, with Scott Smith, I think is his name. They played one of his songs or something. And it's like, it's not a bad song, but that's not what I asked you. I wanted to do a dance with my mom. Right. That is not what I asked you for. So how did you screw that up? And he apparently, like, they had a list of songs that they wanted him to play. He wasn't playing any of them for some reason. So got to be careful.
That's bogus.
With that. Yeah. I hired you. I paid you money to play the songs that I wanted. Now, they
Right. This
still
is a
had a
very
good
clear
time.
transaction.
Yeah, they had a great time. They were really good about it. But I can tell you that that really would have irritated me if it was my wedding. Like,
Well, I think it
you
would be
can't.
more than irritating you.
Yeah, I mean, if I heard the song like "Come On," I was supposed to be dancing with my mom. I'm like, hold up one second,
Hold up.
hold up one
Hold up.
second.
Everybody, hold up.
I'm
Hold
gonna have a
up.
talk with you. I wouldn't go
Yeah.
along. I wouldn't go along with it. I don't think I would.
No.
I'd have a song. I'd be like, wait, that's the wrong song, man. You better fix
Yeah.
that. So,
Oh my god.
um, I have no idea how. Oh, yeah, I don't remember exactly how we got into the subject, but
Oh yeah,
but
me neither.
the
Yeah.
the song selection will. I wanna have a song selection that everyone's gonna be happy with. People dance to it. I'll dance to it. People have a good time. So
I mean, the wedding that I was just at last had just phenomenal music.
yeah,
They did a great job. It was a good mix of oldies and new and top 40 stuff, and I mean, he was just able to seamlessly go from one song to the next, and it was great. But I mean, there's just some bangers, dude, that we just gotta make sure we have. I mean, the Whippin' Nene is more of just an it's like the new. I want to say it's the Cotton Eye Joe of the new era, because they basically tell you what to do with every line.
yeah.
Now, I know that Cotton Eye Joe is potentially racist, so I apologize for those more sensitive subjects. But when Silent O was writing Whippin' Nene, he knew that as a people we could no longer have Cotton Eye Joe and the chicken dance be the only, or the Macarena. Like these are some the old breed of what dancing to instructional stuff. You could argue that the YMCA is in there, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But the Whippin' Nene is we're urbanizing it, and we're updating it a little bit. I think it's important that music stay constant with the times. So just please have it at your wedding. That's all I ask.
I will. We'll make something happen, Sandy. We'll make something happen.
Well, then I just don't think I'm going to be able to make it.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Well, not with that attitude.
Yeah, I know you're gonna. I know you're gonna make it. All right.
I'm sick. I'm sick that day. No, there's just no. You're right though. The music's got to be key. We were playing some good stuff though. We were bopping in and out. We played Nelly's Air Force One. Great song, by the way.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that song in a minute. And then we did was it Fergie, My Humps? Like just to get it in there. What was funny is this other VP and his wife, they do basically a karaoke to that song where he does all the Fergie bits, and he was like dancing to the Fergie bits too. And it was such a funny moment because him and his wife are really adorable together, and they were doing basically a duet to My Humps in front of everybody. so you knew we had to see that.
Yeah.
But I've definitely played some ASAP Rocky. And it's crazy because it's really funny, because I listen to this music every day, so I know the words. And then what's funny is when you play certain songs and how people react, and then you start singing every lyric, every word of the lyrics as the song is being played is such an amazing thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so people were trying to all right. So people were trying to get me to dance. I like how we're coming back to this. People were trying to get me to dance, and for some reason, I was sitting on the couch, I was comfortable, and I don't know, maybe I was just being too much of a baby about it. I don't know why I didn't feel as compelled to dance as I was before. And one of my friends gave me shit about it. She goes, "You know what? You were being kind of a bitch all night." And I go, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I wanted you to dance with me, and you wouldn't." And I go, I was dancing on the couch. She goes, "Bullshit, you were dancing on the couch." She goes, "I just want you to dance, and you wouldn't dance." And I go, "Fuck, you're right. I don't know why I didn't dance." And she wasn't the only one. People were pulling my arm to get me over to dance because I was bobbing my head to certain songs. Hey, when the weekend comes on, I know every word, and if you can't feel your face and I can't feel my face, I'm gonna sing about it.
Yeah.
People wanted me to dance to it, but then how do you dance to The Weeknd? It's a little bit tougher, but it was good, man. It was overall on a scale of 0 to 1,000,000. I would say that this one.
What like an arbitrarily large scale?
I did that for a very specific reason. It was because usually when we count these down, the first time we tried counting down together, what did you go? 10? You started at 10.
I don't think I started at 10. No. I started at 5, man. I started at 5.
No!
And
you started at 10. And you're like, wait, why did I start this high?
You're right. I did. One time I started at 10. I was like, wait, what the hell am I doing?
You're right. I was
at one time. Yeah.
Because it was like, cause you started saying like 10, 9, 8. I go, wait, dude, it's just you and me on this right now. Oh my gosh. But so on a scale of 0 to 1,000,000, it's a solid 900,000.
So a 9. All right, a 9 out of 10. There we go. Good job, Sandy.
That was a solid 9.
Great job. Sounds good.
You know, it definitely peaked at 10 at certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it ever fell below an 8.5.
All right, that's good. That's solid.
Yeah. So I think it was just great to see everybody. You know, it's so much fun to. And like we didn't get home, we took an Uber home and like me and my friend Harry, because we live next to each other, we ended up getting some water at the local deli. I didn't get into bed until like 3:30. Like I got home at like 3 o'clock. It was crazy. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So we gotta go back. We gotta do it again soon.
Yeah, for sure. That's good. I'm glad you're able to do that.
Yeah, I think that's it. I know I'm coming home. Prodigal son returns to Westchester on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So let's definitely get some breakfast.
All right, sounds good. No, Teddy. Oh gosh.
Oh this my God! Why did you have to make me all sad all of a sudden?
The theme of the podcast, like it's centralized around us eating at Teddy's. You know, us two just having a relatively quiet lunch breakfast, and Teddy's is no longer there, so we'll hit up Hank's, or I can make breakfast, or we can go to Megan's. I mean, anything's really possible. So yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good for me. Also, Euron and Danny did want to meet up. We went bowling today, so we might do it again. Go bowling. Apparently, I'm the person to beat. Like apparently, I was hustling them. I'm not that good of a bowler, but it was fun.
Let's go bowling and grab dinner or something.
Yeah, something like that. Anything would work. So
where did you guys go bowling again?
Went to the Conchester Lanes.
Oh, I know that place.
On 322. Yeah.
How is that place?
It was fine. I mean, I know I used to go bowling back in the day, like in high. I say this like I bowled a lot. I would go like bowling maybe like once a month or so, and like late high school when we first got our licenses, because there was nothing really to do at night. You know, none of us were 21. Obviously, we weren't going to bars. I don't even think we could smoke yet. We was like 16, 17 years old.
Right.
So sometimes we just wanted to get away from the house. We'd go bowling, and we would go into Exton because there was a bowling lane there, and it was always like popping. But I hated going out there because it was like half an hour away, and the Conchester lanes were right there, like 10 minutes away from our house. So yeah, there's another one in on Kirkwood Highway that's also pretty good. I think that some people go to, but as far as I was concerned, Conchester lanes was more than good enough. I had a good time there, just bowled, brought some coffee in there. There was some
coffee.
Yeah, we stopped
Performance enhancing, man.
What?
You just gotta drink caffeine, and you can see the pins clear, and you're gonna sit here and pretend like you didn't do anything.
Oh God!
Get out of here.
We Danny went in there with the coffee too. They both got a couple beers. They were we just chilling out, just relaxing, having a good time with friends. They acted like we played 4 games. I won 3 of the 4 games. Danny beat me in the last game. Although Euron did beat Danny in the 3rd game, which Danny will not want to admit, but Euron scored, I think, like a 32 in the last game. So for someone who bowled like a 32 or 34 in one game to have won against somebody else, I guess that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, that is embarrassing. Let's just be honest with each other real quick.
They both wanted to be on the podcast, by the way, but I got to get a microphone so we can actually do that, so I can have actual guests sit in the same room. So we'll have to figure that out soon. Yeah,
I think if we could, it'd be really cool to get them on the podcast, and I know that it'd be fun just to introduce them, and at least get the questions towards them so we can get that started.
Yeah,
because it's really like they have really cool jobs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's really it for me.
Yeah, same for me. just short of an hour, so that's good.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I'm Reza.
I'm Sandy.
Thanks a lot for listening. We'll catch you guys next week.
Take care, guys.